This is the Kryssi and Jess show. They talk about everything they hate, and they hate everything. Yeah, they hate everything. Like long lines at gas stations, waiting for someone to pick their perfect lottery ticket. This is the Kryssi and Jess show.
Hey, welcome back. It's another episode of the Kryssi and Jess show. I'm your co-host, Jess.
And I'm Kryssi.
And who's
And
that
I'm
dude
Spike
over there?
Cohen.
Oh, hey, Spike. What are you doing with us today?
I'm just hanging out. I'm just not doing anything in particular. I'm just hanging out here. Had a fun time last night doing the vice-presidential debate, and I didn't sleep much and woke up early and figured I'd hang out with you guys in the morning.
Thank you.
We're so much fun in the morning.
Yes, this is a fun morning.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty hungover. I don't really remember much of anything last night, besides I had a bunch of friends over that I don't even remember inviting.
You kept calling me and I told you to drink water and you said, I don't need water.
That sounds exactly what I would do. And now here I am chugging fucking
Drinking water. Yeah, exactly. You should have drank it.
It's going to be a long day. We're going to the to our headquarters today to do all of the fun voting tonight. Yay. And I'm hungover.
Wait, so you're doing yours in person?
Some of us are, because fuck the law. And we just like getting drunk with our Liberty friends. That's almost the entire reason I go to convention.
And
It's just a
Ohio
drink.
has a headquarters.
Yeah, we have a really big office. So, and fundraising isn't going too well, so we don't know how long we'll have this office. So we might as well live it up while we can.
That makes sense. That's cool.
Yeah.
Caveat, fundraising is down overall for all organizations.
Of course,
not just
yeah.
the Libertarian Party of Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks, but I mean, what are you gonna do? So I'm just gonna go get drunk at the office. Like, I've slept on the floor at the office before. I'm fine with that. Sometimes you
That
gotta
makes
pass out on
sense. Yeah, go get drunk while you can there.
Yeah. And it's kind of in the hood, so it's really fun to get drunk there. You get to play gunshots or fireworks.
So probably what 80% of the time it's gunshots.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever seen fireworks.
Is it gunshots, or can I convince myself this is fireworks?
Yeah, I just pretend they're fireworks. But luckily it's the Libertarian Party office, so like everyone has guns. So
That's true. That's
it
true.
goes down.
So today we're bringing on a special guest. We have John McAfee coming up. So we're going to be bringing him on in just a few minutes.
Yay!
Okay, we are now recording. Hey, John McAfee, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for joining the only podcast hosted by two millennial female libertarians.
Woo!
Well, thank you very much for having me on. I'm very proud to be here.
Yay! So I've never met you, Mr. McAfee, but I've always wanted to, because I really want to do some drugs with you.
To do what?
Drugs with you.
Oh, well, yeah.
One day.
You bet. Absolutely. You bet.
So the last time I saw you was in 2016 at the Libertarian National Convention. What's been going on with you since you ran for president in 2016?
Well, I mean, the same things I said in 2016, I still believe and live by. I mean, they finally, in 2016, you may remember, I said I haven't paid taxes at that point in 6 years. Now it's been 10 years. Since then, the IRS last year filed or convened a grand jury to charge Janice and myself with tax fraud. Now, Janice has never filed a return. It's been 10 years for me, and you can't, as I understand it, commit tax fraud unless you lie on your return. If you have not even filed a return, I don't understand what I lied on. Can someone just tell me? It doesn't matter. For 8 years, the government left me alone. I've paid people over $50 million in United States income taxes. And I will assure you, I have not received $50 million in services. Just to give you a point of reference, I feel like I'm owed 60 million. Sorry. Okay. No. But so anyway, they left me alone until a year and a half ago. I started speaking on national stages in London, Stockholm, Hong Kong, and Beijing, and wherever, any poor suckers who would put me on a stage and listen to me, and telling them how you don't want to pay taxes. Let me tell you how. Privacy coins and distributed exchanges. No one, not your mother, not your wife or your husband, if you don't want them to know, unless you give them your secret keys, in which case you're not in the real world anyway. No one will ever know, least of all the government. Nothing about your income, your expenses, what you buy, what you made. And should governments have the power to know that? No, not in America, not when in the Constitution it states so plainly, Congress shall make no laws to inhibit, restrict, or take from the produce of the citizens. Well, I would like to say it. I'm not growing corn like most people were, or potatoes, or raising cows. And so it might be a different thing. If the government came and took 6 of my cows instead of 30% of my income. But to me, it's the same thing. If they can't take my cows and that is my livelihood, then how can they take a percentage of my salary? Well, see, I've been saying that on international stages. Anyway, January 22nd of last year, they convened a grand jury and charged Janice and I with fraud. We found out about it because they apparently didn't understand that it was John McAfee they were trying to keep an electronic secret from. So I mean, it's just not going to work. I did invent computer security. I did found the world's largest computer security company. And people, if I want to find something out, I'll find it out. Anyway, so I found out 6 days before, Janice and I and our staff and our 4 large dogs hightailed it to Miami, hopped in our yacht, and sailed across to the Bahamas, where they have no tax, and therefore I could not be extradited. Because you can't extradite someone from a country for a crime that's not a crime in that country. Like, Saudi Arabian men trying to get their wives extradited because they're not wearing veils. Well, I'm sorry, in America, that's not a crime. We're not going to send your wife back. What the Bahamas have to say to America, I'm sorry, not paying your taxes is not a crime here. We don't have taxes. So, but that only lasted a short time. They came after us, April. Found out about that 6 hours before they were about ready to storm our yacht. We set sail for Cuba. A couple of days to Cuba. We were there for 2 months, and the Cuban government snatched Janice and I. Janice is sitting right here across from me. Janice is the lady, if I'm talking to you at all, you went through her. I'm just saying.
She's beautiful. Your wife is lovely.
Isn't she, baby? You're beautiful. These 2 young ladies here, the only 2 young ladies doing such a podcast.
John, when I met you in 2016, you shook the hands of the delegates before the vote for president. And I thought that you could see into my soul from the way that you looked at me. Can you see into souls? And if so, what's inside my soul?
I can't see into souls, but I know.
Well, I felt like it.
But I know what's inside your soul. It's the same thing that's inside every human soul. You are, since you're human, full of grace, compassion, love, generosity, kindness, and gentleness, and simultaneously, because you are human, you're also full of fear and sometimes jealousy, envy, anger, lust beyond all proportions. That's what I saw when I looked at you. I saw myself. I saw myself. And every face I look into, I see myself in you, my children, my wayward fucking children. If I could reach through this screen and grab you by the throats, I would throttle you to within an inch of your life and say, wake the fuck up. But where did this come from? Not my goddamn genes, and not any other genes of anybody I grew up with. Some perversion of insanity, laziness, a willingness to absolve yourself of all responsibility of your life, provided someone else is simply willing to take up that responsibility. Fuck me, children. If I could grab you all, you would, I swear, you would regret it. You would wake the fuck up because you need to. Anyway, we're off on a completely irrelevant subject. Where we're supposed to be talking about, what were we, crypto, fashion, shoes? Listen, I'll talk about anything, but what was this about, Janice? I'm sure it was not about what I know it's not about what I was talking about. That's all I can tell you right
No,
now.
it was actually for you specifically to talk about that. Actually, that's what we brought you on for.
About that?
If John McAfee was my father, that was the conversation.
Yeah, we want.
tonight.
If John McAfee was Jess's father, what would he do to her?
I want you to be my dad.
Yeah, trust me, you don't. I cut children no slack at all. I mean, none. You think the severe school masters of England in the 1800s were severe? You have no clue. No, I have children, many children, by the way. I take no riff from any of them, and I will not take a single lie, exaggeration, swaying from the truth, self-glorification. No, kids, do not come at me with that shit. You'll go away very tragically unhappy. I don't tolerate it. And then we don't have that anymore. We don't. What the schools? I don't know anymore even if math in California, at least, is 2 + 2 still 4? Could it be 22? I mean, I don't fucking know. I'm frightened at the leniency of teaching. Well, I mean, who knows it's not 22? I mean, we have to give everybody an opportunity to have an opinion. Fuck me, it's scary.
So, John, this is exactly what I missed last night. I was expecting you to join me in the debate last night. What was that? I know. I think you're not a fan of StreamYard or something like that. Is that why you didn't want to do the debate last night?
I'll be frank with you. I was drunk and stoned for a day and a half. I had not planned on it. I mean, no. Listen, if I'm going to go off on a bender, I'm not going to do one for 6 hours or 8 or 12. No, please God, give me a day and a half at the least. I'd already planned it. I was halfway into it when Janice said, this guy wants to do. I go, what? Fuck no.
You are my spirit animal.
I'm what?
You're my spirit animal. I feel like I'm talking to myself right now.
Yeah, this is very much like Kryssi, yeah.
If I'm gonna do drugs and get fucked up, it's not gonna be for 6 hours. Like,
no, of course
not.
not.
Kind of drunk right now,
Yes. And if someone from the outside world, opens a window and sticks their face in, fuck me, that's your problem, dude. We didn't, and I did not. I mean, maybe Janice had scheduled something and forgot to tell me. No, I got a bigger schedule happening here, people. I mean, I got a bigger schedule. I mean, I've only smoked 2 ounces of weed in the past 3 hours. How far can you get with that shit? And by it's my 4th Jameson.
That's my favorite whiskey.
And, I'm sorry?
My favorite whiskey, Jameson.
All right, well, listen, my favorite whiskey is whatever people give me,
That's
and I have
good.
to pay nothing for.
Yeah.
So you think I'm going to interrupt that shit to talk about something? I can't imagine whatever topic you wanted to talk about could possibly be greater than the reality of what was happening around me. I'm sorry, but there you have it.
That's fair. Listen, it's your time. You do what you want with it. I was, yeah, I was curious though. Because they said they thought you were going to be there, and I said, well,
Listen, I don't know what happened other than when the word came to me, I was already too far gone. I'm not going back. My apologies. And by the way, when you said it's my time, that's utter nonsense. Take responsibility for yourself. This is your fucking time too. And those two lovely young ladies, it's their fucking time. And if anybody is listening to this or will listen to this, it's your goddamn time, people. Why the fuck are you listening to this? There's got to be a reason. No, this is all of our time. And the furthest one, maybe there's someone in the bathroom taking a dump who can barely hear my voice through the fucking doorway. Yes, you're included too, because you're here and now with me, people. Or I'm here and now with you.
And we're so glad you're here with us. So speaking of our propensity to get fucked up, what are your favorite drugs?
Please. Now, up to this point, I mean, listen, I mean, all three of you have impressed me to the point that, well, I was about to ask Janice if it were okay if I could ask the two of you ladies to marry me and for the gentleman to become my blood brother. Now, Janice said, yeah, fuck yeah. So, however, I mean, I gave you guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, fuck me. You were so close to infinitely close to 10. Until you said, what's your favorite fucking drugs? Now, I'm sorry. I had expected, let me put myself in your chair, and I'm speaking to someone who allegedly has taken more drugs than the entire 5th Division of the U.S. Army could carry, right? You're talking to that dude. Well, fuck me. I'm going to talk to him. Yeah. So now, what I'm going to say is, Mr. Beeblebrox, if you wanted to do some horrendously hellish introspection, after having a week of doing both downers and a large quantity of methamphetamines, and you're not sure yourself of what reality could possibly be, and you're terrified to go to work because you're not even sure you ever worked there, and if you did, you know if you walked in this fucking condition, you're going to be arrested. And so that's my state. So, Mr. Beeblebrox, what I need is that hellish, horrendous, unavoidable introspections that makes us lock ourselves in the goddamn bathroom in the tub with warm water, hopefully trying to comfort us as we're suffering the truth of ourselves. And Mr. Beeblebrox, if you were me, I would say, well, a lot of people would have said DMT. Why? Well, DMT's got that fierce power and the possibility of self-reflection. Almost unbeatable. But here's the problem. You want some introspection. DMT comes in, bang, and it's gone in 45 fucking minutes. Of what use is that drug? Others might say, oh no, you lysergic acid diethylamide, LSD, 200 micrograms, maybe 300 in this case, since you've spent a week on methamphetamines. No, but that an amateur would prescribe LSD. I would prescribe methylene dioxypyrovalerone. Now, commonly known as MD.
No,
PV.
never heard of it.
Ever heard? Are you shitting me? Okay, listen. All right, you remember 5 years ago, maybe, in Miami, a man in a street randomly grabbed another person and ate their entire face.
Yeah.
He was on methylene dioxypyrovalerone. Now, his problem was he took too much. Here's the other problem with MDPV. It is the most dose-sensitive drug on this planet. 1 milligram per every 11.5 kilograms of body weight standing naked, no water on your body. And I mean it. So if your dosage is, let's end up it's 5 milligrams. If you take 4.95, you're not going to feel anything at all. Like I have been fucking ripped off. If you take 5.01, you're going to eat somebody's face off.
Oh my.
I'm just saying.
It's like a fine line.
I had a $5,000 scale to weigh my doses. Why? I mean, I was kind of a wild and crazy person anyway. I don't need that extra microgram of methylene dioxide. I hope some of you have already looked up MDPV to understand it is the most powerful drug ever fucking created. So I'm saying, so this is your situation. You're telling me you spent a whole week, haven't slept on methamphetamines, and you need some hellish introspection. Okay, here's my advice. Buy yourself a $5,000 scale, go to your local dealer, get some MDPV, go to your house, weigh yourself naked, not coming out of the shower, naked and dry. Calculate exactly what your dosage is going to be. Weigh out exactly that dosage. Snort that shit right up your nose, and then sit back. You want to know what hellish introspection is? Well, that's what it is. Now, it's getting back to the original question. Had you asked that fucking question, I would have gone, well, there's somebody who's actually thought about drugs. Some drugs actually keep you up all night so that you can pass exams. Others are simply used for better fucking sex. Others, just for kicking back with your friends, like weed's a good one. Kicking back with your friends and rapping. No, I mean, you give me an aspect of life that drugs cannot affect. Well, I'm sorry, you can't. So I expected more. But if you ask what my favorite drug is, I will tell you the same fucking thing. For what? For sex? Alpha PHP. Alpha PHP people, hands fucking down. If you want to feel like what it's like for God to come the fuck down from heaven, look you in the eyes, embrace your cheeks, and with the most sensuous, erotic, and at the same time totally fucking platonic moment plants his lips. And for me, it was he. It doesn't matter. On your lips. You want to know what that's like? Shoot up heroin for the first time. That's the only drug in the world that will bring God down from the heavens to have him kiss you. However, here's the fucking problem with that goddamn heroin. He only comes down once. Only kisses you once. Comes close as many times as you'd like to try. Dances with you. Hides behind your back. You can feel his breath on your neck sometime. Smell the sweetness of infinity. But God don't kiss you no more with heroin. Once only. So there, my children, is your warning. Those of you who have the will, I mean it, to take a drug which will make you want to drown your own mother to get another taste of, and then take it once and never, ever approach it again. For those who can do that, well, yes. Kissed by God, heroin. With that, now what is it you want? What is it that you, my young friend, want?
What do you want,
drugs?
Kryssi?
Yeah, Kryssi, what do you want from your drugs?
I just want to get really, really fucked up and then not be hungover after.
Oh, Christ almighty. Okay, so you listen. Normally, I'd be charging a fortune for this advice, and I'd only be giving it to the most famous people,
Thank
most
you for the
famous
free
people
advice.
in the fucking world, okay? Yeah, Tom. Okay, fuck it, man. This is the problem. You didn't do that. Anyway, so no. You want to get fucked up and not get hung over. In order to not get hung over, you must prepare. I'm sorry, you must prepare. You've got to prepare all of these parts of your body. Number one, your brain. What does the brain need? Every goddamn thing in the world, unfortunately, more niacin than most other parts of your body. But anyway, no. So you need to take NAC in large fucking quantities. All right. You need to take. I know you're gonna diss me because I'm recommending fucking herbs. Well, fuck you.
No, I'm down. I'm down for that.
Herbs were here long before you fucking children were ever thought of. So now, golden seal, ginger, red pepper, people, in small quantities, garlic, and oddly enough, onion in smaller quantities. Fresh, ground, juice them up if you have to with orange juice, hold your nose and dump it down your throat. More NAC again. More water than you've ever drunk in your whole fucking life. Magnesium. Why is it you kids never fucking think of magnesium? Well, listen, it's a
I take
goddamn,
magnesium. Just to clarify, I do take magnesium. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, well, all right, good man. Okay, now, do you also take calcium?
Yep, I take
pup. Okay,
calcium, magnesium, and zinc, and vitamin D3 and B12.
Fuck me, you kind of know what you're doing, don't you? You're missing B6, my friend.
Ah,
B6.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
B6. You gotta have B6. Else all that other shit doesn't work. I mean, it's kind of like, I stole the car. Is there any gas? Gas? Fuck no. I mean, gas is a small thing compared to the fucking car. No, you gotta have B6. So prepare yourself for 2 days. Number one, eat very little, no carbs, no fucking carbs. I mean, eat well bacon if you want. I don't give a shit. The fats don't matter. No carbs.
I
No
literally
fucking
have bacon right now.
You snarf it down. It can't hurt you, sweetheart, if you're not eating carbs. So now, no carbs. Then, what is it? You want to get totally fucked up out of your mind? Is that exactly the way I heard it? Because
Yes.
really, what I'm going to tell you is not for beginners. It's illegal in most states for amateurs. For example, if you're not a professional at this, you get arrested in Hong Kong, Los Angeles. I'm just saying. So this is not for you fucking amateurs. So number one, you're not going to like this. Alcohol. Number one, before you take any other goddamn drug. A pint of something, even if it takes you all day. Why? Because your genes, my children, for 5,000 fucking years have adapted themselves to alcohol. And they know exactly what to do. Oh, shit, that thing's been around for 5,000 years. Okay, you guys, liver, do your thing. Kidneys, get your act together. Metabolism, wake the fuck up. We got alcohol. So no, your body knows what to do. So that prepares the body because why? Throughout history, when people drink alcohol, what the fuck happens? Unpredictable shit is what happens. War, bar fights, getting caught in bed with your neighbor's wife, pissing on somebody's porch that doesn't like it. I mean, no. I mean, the world gets strange. And your genes over these 5,000 years, you realize 5,000 years, people, it's 200 fucking generations of time for your genes to adapt to the new world that people were building around them, leading to this monstrosity that exists today with polluting automobiles and glass, artificial offices, artificial air, artificial people, and artificial reality. Yeah, this is it. But alcohol has been with us that whole fucking time. So if you're going to go on a bender without alcohol, it proves only one thing. there really are aliens on this planet, and you must be one of them.
Oh,
So no.
Yes!
next
We
subject.
love talking
Next
about
subject is
We
alien.
love
You,
aliens.
you said the magic word. You said the
Fuck it.
magic word on this show.
All right. Listen, I'll shift anything you want, mofo.
This is a show about drugs, aliens, and ghost hunting, and you just said one of the magic words. So go at it, lady.
Motherfucking hell.
What do you think
All
about
right.
UFOs?
Did you see the Pentagon said they're real?
Yes, of course. Well, no, what the Pentagon said, please, people, that's all. Can we at least, I'm a mathematician, I like facts over everything else. Unless it comes to sex, in which case, don't tell me no facts. For example, I don't want to know if you're married, how old you are, where you live. For God's sake, don't tell me your name. But other than that, I want facts. So now, the facts I want now are UFO. Let's start with that. It means unidentified flying object. I mean, if I piss off the balcony in Antarctica and it freezes coming down, someone goes, "What the fuck, man? I couldn't identify it. That's a UFO." Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's simply an unidentified flying fucking object.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Well, so please, see, I'm kind of like with drugs. Don't say, "What's the best drug?" Oh, please, you're not that naive, children. You're not that fucking naive.
Step up your
I
game,
know
Kryssi.
you're thinking something,
Kryssi.
you're just not saying it.
Yeah,
And what's the best drug? And you're thinking, what's the best drug to have the best sex I've ever had? That's one person. Another person, hey, what's the best drug to just lay back at the party and see how stupid everybody is
We're
and
not
feel
talking
good
about
about
aliens anymore.
it? Or aliens. Okay, so aliens. Now we're back at this. Yeah, well, okay, unidentified. So what the Pentagon released was what had been released 12 years ago for the first at the first time. A couple of Air Force pilots, God knows how they got their hands on it. And listen, when they do shit like this, the first thing that comes to my mind is not, "Oh, aliens are real." The first thing that comes to my mind is, okay, so now the U.S. Navy is actually saying that the film that was illegally released by these pilots, because if it's real, then they actually did fucking steal it. And it was a national secret, and they therefore deserve the death penalty, right? This is the natural consequence of what they're saying happened. So I'm going, did some quick research, and those mofos were never even goddamn demoted, let alone carved into little pieces and fed to fish. So now I'm going, whoa, something deep happening here, isn't there? I mean, you've got two trained Navy pilots who've given up a national fucking secret. Think of how horrible this is if they actually have aliens hidden somewhere and they're planning to invade Russia the day after tomorrow. Well, fuck me. Yes, you can't do that. You can't release this information, and they did. So more is happening here than aliens. What it is, children, I don't fucking know. Do aliens exist? Obviously, I am a goddamn mathematician. All right. The first thing I do when presented with any problem, whether it is this woman going to sleep with me tonight? Or what's my cab fare going to be if I have to try and change cabs 3 times to get uptown? No, same fucking thing as math. So, I address the world in that fucking fashion. So mathematically, there fucking have to be aliens. Well, let's look at it chemically. Chemically, there have to be aliens within our fucking solar system. Do you realize that one of the goddamn moons of Saturn has hot water inside it?
No.
Please look it up. If you children don't know that, honestly, Janice, give me had a gun, I'd shoot you all. Are you shitting me? I'm not even telling you the goddamn name then. Look it up, children. There is a moon orbiting Saturn. Starts with a D. It gives you some fucking clues.
All right, I'll
That,
Google it.
no, contains hot water, and there is steam leaking out of its south pole that contains organic molecules. How do we know? Because 22 years ago, we sent a goddamn satellite to Saturn called Cassini, after the great Italian telescope maker of the 18th century. So now,
The moon is Enceladus.
I'm sorry?
Enceladus, is that the moon of Saturn with the hot
Say it
water?
again.
Enceladus.
No, that's not with an I. I'm sorry. Baby, what's that goddamn moon of Saturn again? Starts with a D, has hot water, big lines. Listen, come on. There's 3 brains there. Actually, Miss Blue Stripes are using the smartest of the crowd right now because everybody else is kind of like me, looks stoned. So why don't you look that up? Well, no, say, okay, one of Saturn moons, something about the largest. It's 3,000 kilometers in diameter. I can tell you that. Saturn moon, 3,000 kilometers diameter. It'll pop up. Meanwhile, while you're doing the hard work for the rest of us lazy motherfuckers, what's the next question?
So, John, I have to ask you. So, when you reached out to Vermin Supreme about being his running mate, and we told you that he already had a running mate, me, but
Yes.
we offered you the role of president of Vice. We thought that would be a natural fit for you, but you didn't.
No. See, listen, hang on. I'm really trying to abide by the law of the party, which the law says that a man may run for president. And it doesn't say you must exclude the man from running for both. So I'm running for both president and vice president. Now, these are real offices within the party. The president of Vice, unfortunately, is in a different party, and I love that party as well. But I'm playing in this party right now, okay? My apologies.
We were going to make it for you, though. We were going to make a position for you.
But you couldn't. I mean, you'd have to get Sarwalk to do it. But
Speaking of Sarwalk,
he keeps trying to whack me. That's all I know about him. So
how do you feel about the LNC?
How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
It's my party. This is a party I've embraced. I mean, listen, I'll be frank. It is not the best sex I've ever had. I'll be frank with you right now. It's been a rocky road to this point, and I can't find anybody within the party leadership that could think past their nose. I hate to say this, I really do. Nevertheless, it's the truth. It's the truth. I wish it were not. And I've tried dumbing myself down by drugging and alcoholing and shooting shit up. Just go, yeah, you probably got an IQ of 3 right now. You'd be right there. But no, I can't get low enough to communicate with them. So other than that, I got no problem with the Libertarian Party.
Other than that.
Yes.
It's a little crazy right now. Everyone's fighting. We're about to do our online convention tomorrow. You might be our presidential candidate tomorrow.
Yeah, listen, if that happens, I would hide in my basement for fear of nuclear holocaust or God just coming down and creating the apocalypse with his own hand, saving nobody this time. No, it's not going to happen.
This has been a crazy year already with Corona.
Yeah, I was going to say, with everything. I mean, if you look, we got COVID-19, the murder hornets, and then you becoming the candidate would probably be the next step, bringing about the final apocalypse.
Listen, if that happened, people, listen, especially if I were to do something stupid like, all right, then, let's see how this plays out.
I'm ready for it.
Then take cover. See how this plays out. I mean, if I say that, take cover. Because some bad shit's coming down. I'm just saying.
Jess is ready to watch the world burn. So, it's funny. You said she seems like the most reasonable one out of all of us. Right now, Jess is the one that wants to just watch it all burn so she can just sit there and laugh. So,
you know what? I would get behind anything because I don't know. Here's the facts. I wish I knew what to advise you kids. I mean, you should know what to advise yourselves, but you're lazier than I was at your age. But in any case, I don't know how to advise you because I don't know what's right at this point. All I know is what's wrong. And what's wrong is we're living in a world where our government that was created to serve us, build our roads, provide our security, do the jobs that we citizens simply didn't want to fucking do. Too tedious, too expensive, too whatever, do it. It has turned from that into an entity so veiled in secrecy security, fear, and anger, really. God knows why or what. That in no way resembles anything that could have been a concept in our minds when we created that government as a people. You have to see this. This is one of the things that's wrong, is we know nothing about our government, its internal workings, where our tax dollars go, what dark, devious secrets they hold for the future of the world and us as citizens. Whereas we as citizens have no secrets at all. Our privacy has been stripped. We are naked in the bright glare of government intrusion. See the sadness and tragedy of this from where I started in the 1950s under Dwight Eisenhower. And there was a president who served America. He had to be drugged, kicking and fucking screaming into the office. What? He'd been the Allied Supreme Commander, the most powerful man on the planet for years. He was tired. He was old. He wanted to go fishing on the Potomac River, which back in the 50s was pretty goddamn good out here fishing. No, they fucking shamed him. Who? Ike, they called him. Everybody who knew him called him Ike lovingly. Who, Ike? Who in the fuck? After this chaos, after this horrendous war and nuclear bombs and the uncertainty, who can lead us but you? What did the motherfucker do? He said, all right. And did he serve us? Fuck. Yes. The 50s, when in 1955, I was 10. The world, the universe, the possibilities, especially for me and everybody my age, was infinite. There was no one stepping on our heads, riding on our fucking shoulders, except, well, our parents until we were 18. But other than that, no. Government back then actually gave a shit about the people rather than the pockets. They grew so large and they were so fond and have been fond of filling with the fruits of our labor. This people, this is what we need to understand. And beyond that, I don't give a shit what you do. I'll follow you. As long as you understand where the fuck we are.
I don't know where I'm at or what we're doing right
where
now.
we are right now.
I understand completely. I'm ready. Follow me, everyone.
This is new Jess, who is completely in tune with this and is ready to burn everything down. So
I'll help you. I've got matches.
I know. That's why
I smoke weed. I got
Literally,
matches.
I have matches right here too.
oh gosh.
Already. Let's do it.
Dude,
Point to something to burn. Point to the burn. I will stand in line behind you. All right? I'm not leading anything anywhere. All right, all of you kids going, tell us what to do. I don't fucking know. Jesus God, you know more about this world than I do. You were raised with smartphones and things which I had never even goddamn dreamed of when I was 12, 15, 20, 25, 30. Fuck me. No, I don't understand this world of Instagrams and Twitters and I mean, I do. I mean, to the extent that I'm as competent as anyone.
You have more than followers than all of us combined.
Well, still, yeah, I mean, that's only because I'm old. Old people
I don't think that's an age
God
thing.
knows why. I think it is. I think most of my followers have a betting pool going about when I'm going to kick the bucket. I really think that's why I've got 1 million followers. Yeah, I think he's on December 15th, and it's going to be a drug overdose. Somebody going, bullshit, man. No, he's going to jump out of an airplane without a fucking parachute. No, I think this is what's happening. because there's no other explanation for it that I can tell you.
I actually enjoy reading your Twitter.
Yeah,
I remember, I think it was a year or two ago, you talked about fucking whales.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it is indeed. I did. You have a whale behind you, Mr. Blue Shirt.
Do I?
Yes,
My God.
yes, it's a humpback, as a matter of fact. I have no humpbacks. I know them intimately.
Is that the kind of whale that
Oh, of course.
enjoys?
If you're going to fuck a whale, never, by the way, for those of you who are just getting into whale fucking. I know there's many of you. Especially the younger kids, you think it's a piece of cake, man.
I never thought that was easy. Never once did I say that.
I'm going to warn. I'd like to warn all of you: never attempt to fuck a blue whale. I mean, why? I mean, among other things, the vagina is bigger than your whole body, and it's able to suck in water and other things, as well as spit it out. So please, never try it under any circumstances.
Noted.
Now, humpbacks like people. They're sort of tolerant, A little bit of foreplay is okay. I wouldn't try anything like anal fisting with a whale. I've never found a single one that enjoyed it. Nevertheless,
What about but what about narwhals?
Yeah, I got no experience with them. I mean, my friend.
I mean, in theory, they
let's
should
be realistic. I mean, first of all, I really am into fisting. Okay, and this is one of those people. Narwhals are just too goddamn small. I mean, if you tried,
that's what I was going to say. They're smaller, but they also have a
small. They're
tusk.
too fucking small, man. No, if you're gonna fuck one of the family of mammalian sea creatures, it either better be a dolphin or a humpback whale. Otherwise, you're going to get sucked in, chewed up, spit out, or something that you're
or impaled. You could be impaled by a narwhal. Yeah, with a narwhal. Yeah.
But here, it's hard for them to do that if you're behind them trying to pork them.
That's the thing.
I mean, it's not that people haven't tried. I mean,
positioning is
positioning is everything. Once you've got those flukes, fuck me, he can't turn around and smash you with that thing. But at the same time, neither can you get a fist up the whale's vagina. It's try it for yourself, and let's compare notes.
I'll get back to you on that. Yeah.
I don't even know where I'm at right now.
I'm sorry?
What's that?
I don't know what's going on right now, but I love every part of this.
Listen, when a question like what is going on right now arises, or anything close to that fucking question, we need to take stock of ourselves, people, and back away just a moment and see what we have what. I'm just saying, is everything cool with everybody? Miss Striped Blue Shirt, relax, everything's fine. Let's move to the next screen. I need to see everybody's face right now. Go on. Yep. And all right, that's fine. Okay, it says Jess, which we know it's not fucking Jess. It's
You're no
blonde lady. There you go.
You're no Jess.
So, no, I just want to look at everybody's face. Just make sure you're all okay before I take you on the next journey.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
We're ready. Oh, we're definitely ready.
So
yes,
ready.
I've been ready.
No.
I'm going to get more ready.
I'm going
right
to do
now.
something. I'm going to do what? You're smoking weed? What state are you in? Hey, Janice, dial 911. They give us listen, if it's Indiana, we get fucking $100. You understand? For turning your ass in. Okay, the same. Or are you in Indiana? Because
no, she's not.
It costs us nothing to call. All right,
It would make
good.
my life if you called the cops on me.
I know. For doing drugs. For doing
That would, like,
drugs.
literally, I would put that in my obituary. I one time had McAfee call the cops on me for smoking weed.
That John
doing
McAfee
drugs,
called the cops on me.
For doing drugs of all things.
For doing drugs.
Okay. All right. Well, let me tell you.
Because
Janice,
drugs are bad.
please. Janice, I need Janice into this. Janice, come here, please, baby.
I think he's actually going to call the police on you.
I am, yes.
It's just another day for Kryssi. She gets arrested
Yes.
all the time.
Come on, baby.
Oh,
These
Kryssi
good
couldn't
people-
come to the convention. John McAfee
these
called
are
the
good
police.
people. Okay, now Janice is looking like, why didn't I just find your address and have all three of you shot? But no,
Hey,
okay,
Janice.
all right, no.
Hi.
Hey.
Janice.
Okay.
everyone.
So we just made a joke about me calling the cops on this lady right here
Yes.
who had just lit up a bomb, right? No,
Nice.
and so she's saying she would put that in her obituary if John McAfee called the cops on her. But let me tell you when I do call the cops on people. Okay, here's an example. In Indiana, you remember? Okay, now we're back in Indiana. So 4 years ago, we were being chased all across America by the Sinaloa cartel. Why? Really complicated story. Had nothing to do with drugs, except secondarily or tertiary, or just marginally, but nevertheless. And so, for a whole year, we traveled zigzag across America, staying at the most 2 nights in any city in America, at the most. No. So during this time, we had some fucking adventures you would not believe. Being shot at on an Arizona highway, and a 50 caliber bullet hitting the bumper of the 18-wheeler in front of us, and the bullet. Speaking about the UFOs and the aliens, this is what they would sound like. Exactly, was it not?
Yeah.
Jen goes, "What was that?" Well, I saw the fucking Jeep up in the goddamn hill. Anyway, different story. Fuck that story. No, here's the real story. So now, calling the cops on people. Okay. So we're constantly, but we were chased at 120 miles an hour on a back road in northern Arizona. 120 miles an hour? No shit. They tried to trap us on a fucking bridge in the middle of goddamn nowhere. But in any case, we thought we were at least 3 or 4 days ahead. So we pulled into this little hotel in some outlier village of nowhere in Indiana. I checked in. First thing I do is I open the drapes. I'm observing what's happening. Less than 20 minutes later, a brand new yellow Hummer with no license plates on the front or on the back pulls in. 4 men step out. All 4 are clearly ex-military, clearly the type of guy, when you look in their eyes, the hair stands up on the back of your head. So I grab Janice. We do what we've done more times. We can fucking count. And the guys are checking in and they're looking at things, and they pulled back. So the back end of the car was right up against the wall. Before I left, I made sure, because I don't want to make any fucking mistakes here.
Yes.
I managed to get my head. No, they pulled back because there's no rear license plate. Now, many states, you don't need a front license plate, but you got to have a license plate somewhere. They have no license plate, they had no stickers in the fucking window. They either stole it or whatever. In any case, so as they're checking the front, we're going out the back. First thing I do is when I hit the freeway, I dial 911. And so the lady answers, "What's your emergency?" "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. My name's John." I told the truth. My name's John McAfee. This is my phone number. We just checked out of a hotel in Indiana, and I'm so sorry, but we were passing this yellow Hummer, and a woman was screaming in the back, "Help! Help me! I know I should have helped. I know." And the woman goes, "No, you did the right thing. You did the right thing by calling us."
So wait. Did you get $100 for that?
No.
No, it had nothing to do with
Oh.
money. These people were trying to collect our sorry ass, all right? They were chasing us. They had an illegal car. I'm sure they had fake IDs. They didn't. They had an unregistered car, for fuck's sake. So now, when I call the police and going on, the woman, she sounded so terrified. I should have done something. And the lady goes, "No, sir, no. You did the right thing." So there's 4 people. Now, you guys probably don't think shit like this actually happens. That 4 men or 8 men or 50 men might try to kill myself and Janice. But Janice has been with me for 8 years.
Yes.
And you know the fucking truth.
No, I
It's been
believe
my
it.
life.
I
It's been my
100%
life. It's been
believe
my
it.
life for the past 50 years. It's normal to me. And other people like Janice, it took her a long time to get used to it. But in any case, so now I'm just laughing my ass off as we're on the freeway and those guys are checking in because we found out later that it was the low jack on our fucking truck
Yeah, that's how they were.
that they were following.
Yeah.
Right? You know what the low jack is? It's something you get installed.
Oh, okay.
You get it installed at the
Yeah.
dealership
Yeah.
so that no one can steal your car.
Mhm.
If you do, they can track that car to within 50 feet everywhere. Now, normally you can't get into that data, but if you're some criminal organization with lots of fucking money, well, that's exactly what they did. So now, that's how they were doing it. That's why we were going halfway crazy. But in any case, yeah. So I'm just imagining we're leaving the hotel. I can imagine because I told the story so well that I
Yeah, it
knew
was
every
pretty good.
goddamn SWAT team in the county was going to converge on that fucking motel, and those 4 dudes, they're going to have some explaining to do. Wait a minute, this car has either been stolen, more than likely, or something. There's no paperwork. Where's your fucking license plates? Number 3. All 4 of you have fake IDs, which all of them always do.
Mhm.
Anyways, I don't think that's funny. To me,
It wasn't funny. It was interesting. Well, it was entertaining. Yeah.
it was funny. To me. Someone's chasing,
Yeah, it was funny.
someone's
Yeah.
chasing your ass, trying to do you harm, and you play a joke on them. Yeah, fuck me.
Yeah.
It's funny as hell.
Yeah. You're like an in real life meme.
Yes.
You
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there we have it.
Mr. McAfee.
Okay, and then we're out of time. I couldn't get around to telling you a story of any interest. And next time, perhaps.
We're so
Put these people on the
grateful
list, all right?
for you
This was
giving
the
us
most
your time.
interesting. This is like the
I'm
most
sorry?
interesting interview we've ever done.
Yes.
This was amazing. I thank you
Well,
so
thank you.
much.
Thank you. Is that a compliment?
Yes.
Well,
It's
thank you.
a
Yeah,
compliment.
no,
This
yeah,
was amazing. I've always been a huge fan of you. I'm really honored to be able to like talk to you right now and kind of pick your brain. And I definitely I could sit here for hours and just listen to you. But thank you so much for coming on. And Janice, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank
for
you guys. Thank you,
connecting
John
us.
and
You are
Of
amazing.
course, you're
Janice.
welcome. You guys are very welcome. Thank you
You're-
for entertaining this
Oh,
whole
hell
part.
yes, absolutely. And thanks for having us on. And listen, I have a list of people. Listen, I don't want to ever talk to anybody more than once, but we have
You
a
like
list, and I tell Janice, put these people on the list. I'll talk to them anytime they want to talk.
Thank
okay?
you.
Thank you.
You guys
Thank you
are
very
just
much.
now officially on the list. Anytime you want to talk to me, you still got to schedule it through the boss.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll go through the
Okay.
boss. We know who we're
All right.
fans.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much,
All right.
Mr. and Mrs.
All
McAfee. I hope you guys stay safe.
Stay
and
safe.
I hope
Thank
the
you.
government
You guys
stays
as
the fuck
well.
away.
Stay healthy.
Yes, absolutely. Bye-bye.
All right,
Bye.
bye guys.
That was the Krys and Jesse show. They talked about everything they hate, and they hate everything. Yeah, they hate everything. Like when people always ask, what the hell's a libertarian? Like, could you please just Google it? That was the Krys and Jesse show.